everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Aayra. This is Aayra, and today I want to talk about something that sounds beautiful when we talk about it, but feels very different when we actually experience it. And this is growth. We often hear things like growth is beautiful, become the best version of yourself, keep improving, never stop growing. And yes, all of that sounds great. But there is one part of growth that we don't talk about enough, the uncomfortable side of growth. Sometimes growth doesn't feel like becoming a better version of yourself. Sometimes it feels like losing the version of yourself that you were comfortable with, and that can be confusing. When you start changing your habits, your mindset, or even the way you see your life, you may begin to notice things you didn't notice before. Maybe you realize that you have been wasting a lot of time. Maybe you realize that certain habits are holding you back. Maybe you realize that you have been making excuses. And honestly, that realization can be uncomfortable because once you become aware of something, it becomes much harder to ignore. You can no longer tell yourself, oh, it's fine, I will deal with it later. You know, there is something you need to change, and knowing that can create a strange kind of pressure. You want to improve, but at the same time, you miss the comfort of your old routine. That is one of the paradoxes of growth. You can want change and still be afraid of it. Another uncomfortable part of growth is outgrowing things. Sometimes you outgrow habits, sometimes you outgrow certain interests, sometimes even the way you think about your future changes, and that can make you feel like you are becoming a completely different person. Maybe something that used to excite you doesn't excite you anymore. Maybe you no longer enjoy spending hours doing things that once felt normal. And you might start wondering, what's wrong with me? But maybe there is nothing wrong with you. Maybe you are simply evolving. Growth doesn't always mean adding something new to your life. Sometimes it means letting go of what no longer serves you. And letting go isn't always easy. There is another thing I think we need to understand. Growth isn't always visible. We live in a world where everyone seems to be progressing. You open social media and someone is starting a business, someone is traveling, someone is getting a new job, someone is learning a new skill, someone is completely transforming their life. And suddenly you look at yourself and think, why am I not doing enough? But there is the point. You are comparing your everyday life with someone else's highlight reels. You don't see their doubts, you don't see their failures, you don't see the days when they didn't feel motivated, and you definitely don't see all the small progress that happened before the results become visible. Sometimes growth looks like getting up and trying again. Sometimes it looks like saying no to something that isn't good for you. Sometimes it looks like spending an hour learning something instead of scrolling for an hour. These things may not look impressive from outside, but they matters. And if you are going through a period where you feel lost, confused, or uncertain about your future, I want you to know something. You don't necessarily need to have everything figured out. Sometimes uncertainty is part of the progress. You can be working towards something and still have doubts. You can be ambitious and still feel tired. You can want a better life and still struggle to take action every day. We often think that growth means becoming confident, disciplined, and motivated all the time. We often think that growth means becoming confident, disciplined, and motivated all the time. But real growth is much more complicated than that. It involves setbacks, it involves self doubt, it involves changing your approach when something isn't working. And sometimes it simply involves having the resilience to keep going. So, if you are currently in an uncomfortable phase of your life, don't be too quick to assume that you are failing. Maybe you are learning, maybe you are adjusting, maybe you are figuring out what you actually want. Maybe you are becoming someone who thinks differently, chooses differently, and lives differently. And and that transformation takes time. You don't plant a seed today and get a tree tomorrow. And, and that transformation takes time. You don't plant a seed today and get a tree tomorrow. There is a whole process happening beneath the surface before you see anything. And maybe growth works the same way. You might not see the results yet, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. So the next time growth feels uncomfortable, try not to immediately run back to what feels familiar. Ask yourself, what is this discomfort trying to teach me? Maybe it's teaching you patience. Maybe it's teaching you discipline. Maybe it's teaching you to let go. Or maybe it's simply showing you that you are moving beyond the person you used to be. And remember, growth isn't always about becoming someone completely different. Sometimes it's about becoming more aware of who you are, what you want, and what you are capable of. So take your time, give yourself permission to struggle, give yourself permission to change your mind, and most importantly, give yourself permission to grow at your own pace. Uncomfortable. It can be messy, it can confusing, but that doesn't mean you are going in the wrong but that doesn't mean you are going in the wrong direction. Sometimes discomfort is simply a sign that you are stepping outside what you have always known. And maybe that's where the real growth begins. Thank you so much for listening. If you are currently going through your own comfortable season of growth, I hope this episode reminded you that you are not alone. Keep going, keep learning, and keep becoming better version of yourself. I will see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye bye everyone.